Alright guys, like I said, this is a Lexus SC400 body with, I'm sure, tons of SC300 parts. And also, it is a 2JZ NAT build. So, right off the bat, it has the newer front bumper, some side skirts, and also a different rear bumper. Now again, I bought this as a rolling working project, but it was barely running. So since I got it, there was already been a lot of changes to it. So as you can see on the interior, I've had a lot of the upholstery redone, had the seats re-leathered, and it came with a donor car, so some of the black door panels and some of the carpet, or the carpet has been replaced with that donor car so that I could have at least some black interior in this, because to get black interior in these SC are extremely difficult. Again, it's a 6-speed from a 350Z, so a CD009 6-speed transmission swap. Now, one of the things that I did was, I think that was a little different, is I went with a FuelTech ECU. Believe it or not, when I first got this car, it was on a Mega Squirt, and the Mega Squirt was running the car, but it really wasn't running it all that well. We put it on the dyno when I first got it, and I can tell you, it did well as far as putting some horsepower down. It ended up putting I believe 672 to the rear wheels, but it was just not consistent. So at that point, I changed it to a FuelTech system. Now that has been a challenge in and of itself, but we'll get into that a little later. The other fun part about the interior is that everything works. All the power windows, power locks, the sunroof. All of that is actually functional. So again, the idea was to try to make it a daily driver. And so you needed, or I thought it'd be nice to have all those things working so that you could actually use it every day and actually enjoy it. All right, well, I know the engine bay is really dirty, but this is what we're looking at right now. Hopefully eventually I'll clean it all up and polish up some things. But so as you can see, it's got a Borg Warner S366mm turbo, Titan cam gears, Mishimoto radiator, part of the FuelTech system for the spark control. Now, those of you who are really familiar with 2JZs, you're going to notice right away that, something different about this. Well, it's a 1JZ head. So basically, the idea was a little while ago, or I should say, I don't know how true it is, but everybody, or some people thought that the 1JZ head flowed better than the 2JZ head. So they called it a 1.5JZ. Now, that was supposed to give it better low end before the boost kicked in. It's really not proven, but it still runs fantastic, and I've not had any issues with this setup. Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator. So now the question is, where do we go from here? Right now it's running really good. Like I said, one of the hardest things that I've had to deal with in getting this to be a daily driver is actually getting the AC to work on this car. And the reason it was so hard is when they originally put the Mega Squirt into this car, and then we changed it out to a FuelTech, well, all the wiring harness, the original wiring harness that controlled the center panel for this car, got all chopped up. And so no one knew where any of the wires went. So fortunately, I was able to find a shop here locally that was able to basically put the harness back together and get the center controls for the air conditioning to work. And that has made my life a lot better. So now I actually enjoy driving this car. So now that it's running decent, I think the next step is I am going to wrap this car. I think I'm going to go with something not too crazy, but a little more just mild and solid. Then after that, I'm pretty sure that I'll take it back to the dyno and we'll tune it to see what this new FuelTech ECU, has done for the performance of it. Like I said before, it was getting pretty good horsepower, but it was just coming in at the top end, and the low end was just terrible. So now with this new setup and more control over all the fuel and air and timing and everything, let's see what we can do. Oh, the other thing that I forgot to mention is that this car is mapped for only E85. So that's been kind of interesting. Again, we'll get into that a little more later, but yeah, this thing only has an E85 tune. So not 93 or 91, straight up E85. And got to tell you guys, that's been difficult. There's only limited amount of gas stations in this area that carry E85. So it's been challenging to be able to drive it daily. All right, well, there you guys go. This is my SC build, and stay tuned for more modifications. And like I said, I hope to wrap this thing within the next week or so, and stay tuned for the color. Thanks, guys. See you on the next vlog. Sorry guys, if you were wondering what it sounded like, here's a clip of the exhaust.